Hello everybody, I'm Ben Fried, owner and co-founder of Fried Music, and today I'm here to talk to you about one of my favorite topics, practicing. Today I'm not only going to share some great practice strategies that really work for me and for my students, but also introduce you to our new and updated 50-minute practice plan. Now, while I lived by this practice plan for about 2 years, I've decided that it's really, really bad and it does not work. So what are we going to do? We're going to tear it up! Now that we've done the great and very enjoyable thing of tearing up the old practice plan, it's time to look at the new practice plan, which is our Fried Music 50-minute practice plan. This practice plan is broken down into 3 phases: warm-up, preparation, and refinement. I'm going to go through each phase, so make sure you watch to the end of the video. The warm-up phase is not just about warming up your muscles, it's about warming up your ear, warming up your heart, and warming up your mind. Warming up is really about heightening your sensitivity to sound and to touch. The more sensitive we are to the overtones of the instrument, to the high frequencies and vibrations, the better we actually can hear what we're doing, the better we can refine our playing, and the faster we can progress. What I like to use for the warm-up phase is cello mind and then sevchik, which is a great bowing exercises. I have videos on that, you can check them out. But I love those because, for example, for me as a cellist, I need to get deeper into the string with the bow, so I use sevchik to do that, so I'm not worried about making a good sound. And then I also need to be very, very sensitive to the overtones on the cello so that I can play in tune. Now, moving on, we get into the preparation phase. Preparation practicing is actually the most painful practicing to do for people, and it's a lot of the places that people get stuck when they're practicing. The preparation phase is where you're going to be mastering the most challenging sections of your pieces, and so you're going to be doing a lot of the things that we consider normal practicing. You're going to be breaking things down, you're going to be looking at them from multiple dimensions, you're going to be figuring out your fingerings, you're going to be figuring out your shifts on the cello, for instance. And this section is going to take a lot of conscious thought. And so it's a difficult section to work through, but I really want people to understand that the whole point is not to stay in this section forever, it's to move to the next section, which is the refinement phase. My favorite phase of practicing is the refinement phase. Now, like a lot of us, I went to festivals when I was younger, and a great thing about festivals isn't that you're exposed to great playing on the concert stage, you also live with other great performers and really, really great students, and so you get to hear them practice. And there was a violinist I really respected, and he lived like down the hall from me. He played nice and loud, and so I could really hear what he was doing when he was practicing. And I noticed that his practicing sounded totally like disorganized. He would play a little bit, and then he'd play his open A and his E string together, and then he'd play a little bit more, and then he'd play his open A and his E string together, and he'd play a little bit more, and he'd play, and then he'd try something again. And I didn't at that point really understand what he was doing. Now, what I know now is he was in the refinement phase of practicing. He was so attuned to his instincts, and he was so attuned to his reflexes that he would just play a little bit, hear something for himself that he didn't like, and then immediately correct it. He would also go and strike his open A and his E string, I think, as some sort of palate cleanser. And so it kind of reset his mind, and he would keep listening. This phase is amazing because when you're in it, time really starts to fly by, and that's what we want in our practicing. We don't want to be stuck to the clock. It doesn't need to be super planned out and super organized. In fact, it shouldn't be. It should be something that's very intuitive, and as you yourself, as the artist, are making the sound corrections that you want to hear, you're actually bringing you closer and closer and closer to your instincts, your artistic voice, and the sound that's really in your idealized vision of the piece that you're playing. But as you're progressing and as you're getting closer to mastery, you should see that more of your practice time moves over to the refinement phase. If you notice and you look at the times carefully, there's 0 to 10 minutes. That wasn't an accident. This is about sort of inspiring also your freedom and your creativity while still being informed by a plan. So this multiple option, choose your own adventure practicing has been very successful. If you love this practice plan or you need help with your practicing, I offer a free online Zoom practice club every Monday and Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. It's really a blast. Everybody has their own virtual practice room, and then I go from room to room and talk to you and sort of check in with you and try to help you get unstuck if you are stuck. If you're in the LA area, I'm really excited about this summer's Summer Music Intensive, which is a rigorous 2-week programming happening 4 times over the course of the summer. and we're gonna be having master classes, coachings. We're gonna dive super deep into practicing, and you're gonna see yourself transform through this program. So come join us for that. It's going to be amazing. Thank you for watching today. It's been a blast to present this practice plan to you and some thoughts about practicing. We're gonna leave a free link to the PDF below, and you can take it, test it out, and then come on back, leave us a comment. Let us know if it worked for you. Till next time.